Tokyo Toy Show has just finished its Thursday evening setup, and now it's early Friday morning in Japan. It's about 6 a.m., 7 a.m. right now, and we got a bunch of Transformer reveals as well as some new information and photos of other Transformer product we're going to talk about today. So sit back here on the Transformer Slag podcast, and we're going to keep you in the know of what's going on. This is all reported, of course, by Transformers Wild King, Light Along himself, Rai from Tokyo Toy Show. So let's get into it. First up, we got full color images, teasers of all the Transformers Takara PR stuff that they showed on Twitter. While most of this is business as usual, stuff we've already known about or probably could speculate and seen before, the big one that comes out of the four that was shown here, of course, is the Skywarp Insecticon Dramatic Capture set that we now have in color, and it gives us a better idea of how this re-release in a lot of ways is going to be and if it's worth purchasing with the now Dramatic Capture color scheme. So the Insecticons are now going to go with a much more animation accurate kind of color scheme. The original Legacy one had that G1 1985 toy colors to them, and this Dramatic Capture one is going to go with that anime screen accurate coloring, which in my opinion looks amazing. And the big takeaway from all of this when you compare it is, of course, Bombshell of the bunch. He was that big impossible situation that Evan talked about during one of the Hasbro Pulse live streams of how you can't have like the purple bug mode and also have the gray robot mode because of how their transformation is. It'd be pretty difficult. So if you have a Legacy Bombshell already, you could keep him in bug mode. And then if you get this set, you keep that one in robot mode and you have that gray kind of robot mode that matches the animation. But overall, the coloring on these guys is amazing. And if you didn't get these guys already, this is a great way to kind of get them all in one shot and just end up with an extra Skywarp, in my opinion, who also has little color changes here and there, but we all know what's going to be happening in the future with the Seeker mold. So that's kind of going to be the weaker part of this at the end of the day. But getting those Insecticons really cheap, not having to pay like crazy secondary market prices, and the coloring, in my opinion, is way better than what we've already got up to this point. I mean, I think it looks great, and it's definitely something I'm going to consider as a future addition into my own collection. So very, very cool. All these color reveals that we've talked about are going to be live for pre-order September 9th, 2025, Japan time. So stay tuned to your local Transformer toy importer retailers for more updates on that, including, Hasbro Pulse themselves. The big one to take away from the Tokyo Toy Show, we have a few of those. Not only do we get some color teasers of the Missing Link C10 G1 Ultra Magnus, but the Tokyo Toy Show also gives us our very first look in person of the gray prototype that's on display and shown at every single angle here. Someone took some really good photos. Shout out to them at the Takara PR team. Well, it's hard to tell the articulation because sadly the pose that they put it in is that original Generation 1 kind of brick pose transformation for the robot mode. You can see like there is hip articulation ports and points on the actual tooling itself. You could even see that the fists clearly have an opening and closing pin on there. But otherwise, a lot of different angles, a lot of different cool shots from above and everything. It's looking fantastic otherwise, and I'm very excited about it. The happy surprise that originally was teased in the Missing Link RC manga story is that of the character of Deerstalker, which is an Ultra Magnus gang molded colored repaint of the powered buggy Diaclone powered convoy, aka Delta Magnus. I hope you're still with me here at this point. So we're getting a blue repaint of the powered buggy that never existed before, that was teased in the RC manga, and that's going to be coming with the Missing Link C10 Ultra Magnus, and that's very, very cool. And it looks like it's even going to be coming with a Diaclone driver on top of all of that too. That's something that I guess is kind of continuing from the Missing Link Sunstreaker that we got, because we had the Countach, white cordon Missing Link Sunstreaker, and that came with a Diaclone driver, and I guess they figured, well, we might as well include it with the traditional G1 colored Sunstreaker too, and they're continuing that with Ultra Magnus. Chances are we're probably going to get a Delta Magnus colored one, and we have here the Diaclone driver included with this one. I think it was included with it also because in the RC manga, they showed the rarely talked about chest jet combiner mode that Ultra Magnus's chest and pieces could combine together with his helmet to make a jet mode that the driver is meant to sit in. And of course, that was lost on all of us as G1 fans because, well, we didn't have a Diaclone driver to put it in. So that was that. But I wonder if that's a big reason why it's included. And I wonder if this little Diaclone driver, is he a named character? Is it a new character? I wonder what his story is going to be. So that's very cool too. Very excited about that. We have no prices yet or release date. It's all a big stay tuned for that. But pre-orders will start in September 9th for that guy too. And the last one here, the big one that had a huge booth at Tokyo Toy Show, was the big bad of Transformers Wild King has finally been revealed. He got a quick cameo in the last few episodes of the show, and now his figure has been revealed. And we also get a look at his robot mode, his Energy Beast buddies, including his name and everything, and the deep return in a lot of ways as a homage to the Transformers Car Robots Gigatron, aka Robots in Disguise 2001 Megatron, and all his vibes and concepts that go with it. Introducing Transformers Wild King WKEX01 World Dragnus. Wadro Dragunasu. So his name is a play on a lot of different things. So Warudo Dragunosu, World Dragonus. The Waru part kind of pulls from the Japanese word Waru, meaning evil. So think like Wario from Super Mario and how that's like an evil counterpart. So Warudo is Waru is evil, but then you have Warudo or Warudoro, which kind of also plays into Waruder, which is the evil alien villains from the Diaclone micro continuity. So you have that kind of little nod to that too. Also, when he combines with Dark Megatron, he makes Megatron Wardo Docking, which is a play on wild docking, but world evil docking. So there's a lot of play on Japanese words going on there. He also comes with two, what they call here, they're called Ragnite soldiers, Ragunaito Senshi. Two Ragnite soldiers, and maybe I'm wrong here, but looking from them, they look like they're two molds that are exactly the same with no different paint coloring or tooling between the two of them. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. I think they're just trying to keep it symmetrical because of what it's used as limbs on this thing, because he has 10 different little setups or modes that you get with this guy, which is, again, throwing back to his, Gigatron homage and kind of stuff. So you get the World Dragonus main dragon mode itself. You get the World Dragonus main robot mode, which is very Gigatron looking there. You get the Energy Beast Ragnite Soldier dragon mode. You get the Energy Beast Dragnite Soldier robot mode. You get the Great Dragonus dragon mode, which combines the Ragnite soldiers to make this super dragon with all kinds of new parts and pieces. That was the design and character model that we saw during his cameos in the anime thus far. Then we get the Great Dragonus robot mode. Again, crazy setup and a whole bunch of pieces there. We get the World Dragonus flight mode, which is a mixture of a whole bunch of stuff. Then we get the World Docking Megatron Dragonus super mode, which is this crazy huge with using that chess piece from Dragonus to make a chess piece for the Megatron, which again gives a throwback to Gigatron or his RID Megatron Origins. Looking absolutely nuts. That thing looks huge with all those pieces on it. Then you get the Wild Docking Dragonus with the other Dino Tribe Energy Beast, so you could also do that because this figure at the end of the day is an Energy Beast character. An Energy Master character, so you could kind of mix them with all the other Energy Beasts we've gotten thus far for some wild docking action. And last but not least, we also get Dragonus trying to infect Optimus Prime and attaching to him and making some wacky stuff too. So you got all 10 of these, all kinds of crazy setups and stuff. So we also have World Dragonus on full display at the Tokyo Toy Show with a cool diorama and like little quote from Light Long even on the side of the display here. Rai, who is this mysterious dragon figure? I hope we don't have to fight him. So we'll find out probably more about him in the show and everything. We just know that he is the big, mysterious, bad figure that is causing all the trouble and all the problems on the planet and everything. So again, Wild King has this crazy big display at Tokyo Toy Show. There's a lot going on here. Hasbro and Takara, well, clearly Takara is really getting behind this. And I would love it if they did a full series of this. There's so much potential here with this toyetic nature of it. But World Dragnus is on display, and we also have a info card here next to his display. It says he's going to be coming out October 2025 in Japanese retailers. He'll be sold in a solid case of 6 per case in retail, and will be selling for 11,000 yen, which is about 75 USD. And when you consider that in that box you get 1 Energy Master and 2 Energy Beasts, 1 Energy Master retails for about $45 to $50 from what we saw with the Optimus and the Megatron. Energy Beasts sell for about $10 to $15. So when you kind of add together 1 Energy Master and 2 Energy Beasts, it kind of balances out to that $175, $180 pricing. So it kind of works out that way. And it sounds about right. So pretty exciting about this. Very, very cool. I dig how he looks. And if you're a big Car Robots fan or the Gigatron fan, this definitely, scratches that itch and gives you something very, very cool visually. And again, Wild King figures are super solid, so I'm very excited about that. The next episode of Transformers Wild King, episode 10, Proof of the Brave, will be airing September 23rd on Transformer Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the West, and September 24th, 10 a.m. Japan time. And considering a week after that the episode airs, we'll get World Dragnus in Japanese retail. Clearly something is going to go down in the episode coming up later in September. So stay tuned for that. We'll let you know more about it. And that's it for now, pretty much from the Tokyo Toy Show. Things are just heating up. It just started. Day 1 is already going to be starting for the public soon in the morning here. And we'll see what goes down, and we'll keep you posted here on the Transformer Slag podcast for the rest of this weekend. And thanks again for listening to the Transformer Slag podcast and keeping you educated, entertained, and informed on everything going on in our beautiful Transformer world all over the globe. And I'll talk to you in the near future.